Idea man is actually a job. Yeah, I love to shit on the idea man. However, the idea man is often the one that secures the investment and gets everyone paid. So idea man is actually a useful person. You just don't need a lot of them. you need a really good, at least one idea man. And then he needs a team of doers. Absolutely. But if you don't have idea man and the guy who can, yeah, talk good at people, then you could have the best product ever, but you can't convince people that it's good. You can't convince people of anything unless you have idea guy standing there and vomiting words at somebody enough where they go, oh yeah, I'll put the money in, you know? So you do need the idea guy. You just you don't need 10 of them in a room complaining about what devs should do without a dev there. Right? That's, you know, the balance is what's important. But yeah, John idea actually does secure money for people, so every party needs a bard. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, look, idea man, having good ideas and then being able to sell people on ideas, that's sales, and that's a genuine, like, strat, a genuine skill, right? It is. I'd argue a lot of streamers and YouTubers are idea guys, and they're selling you on them, telling you that you're having so much fun here and their community is the best and greatest, and that's it. They're just marketing themselves, you know? And that's not a bad thing. You're not like drinking the Kool-Aid. Are you an idea guy? Oh yeah, I'm John Idea. I'm both. I'm an idea guy and a doer. Woo! And I just choose whichever one I feel like doing. Today I'm an idea guy. Today I'm doing nothing. I am the idea. I am both the idea guy and I am the idea. So, you know, and you're sitting here watching it, so you're buying into it. But that's really what it is. That's what it is. Because you could decide that you wanted to learn about all the stuff that I told you about by just Googling it. But are you really going to go Google venture capital and find an insightful discussion about it and listen to it and enjoy it? Probably not. So I'm selling you that I am probably the better way to learn about that stuff. Not that I'll be the greatest, most informational way, but I'm the one that you'll actually watch. Ta-da! Does that make sense? And then if you're interested, then you might go beyond it, but you're not going to look at anything cursory beyond this if I hadn't done it, right? Yeah, I'm anime. It's different. Exactly. Ta-da! Your degree set you up to be an idea and strategy guy. The working world did not need that guy, and you're very lucky to have ended up where you did. The working world does need that guy. Shut up. It does. And the skills you learn doing that are very useful, genuinely. Because, like I said, no matter how good of a product you've made, no matter how good of a team you have or anything like that, you still have to sell it. You have to convince someone to give you money for it. So you do have a role, absolutely, and you are absolutely like the most key person in that process to actually get it done in the end. You could make the greatest, I mean, look at Blue Sky. I have my gripes with Blue Sky, like their functionality, but they're pretty good. There are a lot of people that use Blue Sky and they're like, I like it more than Twitter. Okay, then why isn't it the most popular yet? There are a lot of reasons why. One being, let's not make products that already exist and are clones of things that already exist. It tends to not work. But on top of that, if the right person were going around and selling everyone on Blue Sky, maybe they could get something going. Maybe they could get bought by a different platform that is already pretty big and has a user base, integrate their functionality into it, and then make it usable. But no, they want to do their own thing. And they're trying to just make it work. So they have a good product, but they're facing a giant. This is where, you know, it's only possible if you have like John Idea, who can talk to the biggest investors and make the best sales. You know, if he can come through and save it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only time that things like that actually work. Because John Idea comes in and convinces some guy with $1 billion fucking to, you know, to fund something and to make it work and to market it a certain way. Blue Sky just added a 3-minute video. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why? Because they have funding from somewhere so they can pay their devs to do that. Because John Idea was like, hey, I know Twitter already exists and we're the same thing, but pay us. We'll add features. I promise it'll work. Only because John Idea exists at that company is able to sell some investor, you know, on what they've got, are they able to then have the money to build that functionality. That's it. And it didn't just die where it was, you know? So that's why you can do it. Doesn't Blue Sky have Jack Dorsey, who's like the idea guy? If you're a known idea guy too, if you're like an idea guy with a name that people recognize, oh, you're the most valuable person. You're the most valuable, right? Because then people just go, I don't know about the functionality, but Jack Dorsey's in it. And people go like, oh my God, I have to invest. You know? He might have split by now, but he was with it for a while. And having names like that on your roster, that's how you secure investments. And hey, I don't know any details, but Jack might have been like, yo, I'm here for you to secure that investment. You get it. You pay me because I'm one of the founders, or I'm like a C-level or whatever he was. I don't know what he was. And then after I'm paid, I split. I don't actually want to work on this shit. Been there, done that with Twitter. I'm good. Thanks for the payment. There you go. Right? He might have just been there for like their seed round and like, I don't know, maybe their Series A, or if anything. Like, I don't actually know the details, but that's how companies tend to do it, right? They bring in some huge name to be a founder, and then the founder splits after they collect their paycheck and the company gets their investment. And they're like, thanks, man, for putting your name on it. And they're like, thank you. All I did was sign a paper and talk about strategy for 5 hours a week. Goodbye. And then they fade out. Done. There you go. There you go. Should have got Keanu Reeves. Honestly, that's the way. That's the way. Anyway, TLDR, business is stupid, but also makes a lot of sense. So he had like an old receipt out of his back pocket that he pulled. And he just handed me the receipt and was like, read the back of that. And I just started reading the passage from the back of the receipt.